Police officers has a suspect ever asked, "Do you know who I am?" I've been working nights in our small Pennsylvania town for 8 years now. Most calls are routine stuff. Drunk guys at bars, fender benders, maybe a break-in once a month. But this one Thursday night in November changed everything. I was cruising down Route 34 around midnight when I spotted this black BMW swerving across both lanes. Not subtle swerving either. This guy was all over the place. I hit my lights and pulled him over just outside the city limits. The moment I walked up to his window, the smell of alcohol hit me like a brick wall. The driver was maybe 22, wearing an expensive watch and a button-down shirt that was half open. He had this cocky smile plastered on his face like getting pulled over was some kind of joke. I went through my usual routine. "License and registration, please. Have you been drinking tonight?" Instead of answering, he just stared at me with this smug look and slurred, "Do you even know who I am?" I stayed calm. "That's why I asked for your ID, sir." His smirk got even wider. "I'm Trevor Hanley. My uncle is Judge Raymond Hanley. Try arresting me and see how fast you lose your badge." Now, this wasn't some empty threat. Judge Hanley had been on our county bench for 15 years. Everyone knew him. Tough but fair, respected by cops and lawyers alike. I paused for a second, not because I was scared, but because I realized how messy this could get. I pulled out my breathalyzer. "I still need you to take this test." Trevor blew a 12, way over the legal limit. I told him to step out of the car. He refused. Instead, he whipped out his iPhone and dialed someone. "Yeah, Uncle Ray? Sorry to wake you up. I'm stuck on the side of the road with some rookie cop who's harassing me. Can you handle this?" I radioed for backup, making sure to follow every single procedure by the book. Another officer, Danny, showed up just as Trevor tried to start his car and drive off. We managed to get him out and cuffed him, but the whole time he kept screaming, "You're done! Your badge is gone! My uncle's gonna bury both of you!" Back at the station, I was extra careful with everything. I filed every piece of evidence, made sure the breathalyzer test was properly documented, and even downloaded the dash cam footage before my shift ended. Something told me I'd need all of it. What I didn't expect was getting called into internal affairs 3 days later. Sergeant Walsh sat me down with a thick folder on his desk. "We've got a formal complaint filed against you, Marcos. Judge Hanley himself is accusing you of excessive force and wrongful arrest." My stomach dropped. "Sarge, I followed every protocol. I've got the dash cam footage, the breathalyzer results." "I know you did," he said, "but this is a judge we're talking about. You're suspended pending investigation." For 2 weeks, I sat at home wondering if my career was over. My wife kept telling me the truth would come out, but I wasn't so sure. Judges have a lot of power in small towns like ours. Then Danny called me up. "You need to see the news." I flipped on Channel 8 just in time to see the reporter talking about body cam footage that had been leaked. There was Trevor on camera, clear as day, making threats and calling his uncle. There was the phone conversation where he bragged about having me fired. There was him trying to flee the scene. The story exploded. By the end of the week, Judge Hanley was forced to recuse himself from the case entirely. A state ethics panel opened an investigation into abuse of power. Local newspapers picked it up. Social media went crazy. I got reinstated with full back pay. Trevor ended up getting convicted of DUI, resisting arrest, and attempting to flee police. He got 6 months in county jail and lost his license for 2 years.